All right, folks, welcome back to Kings of Opinion, episode 117. I got the Wander and Ernie here. Say hello, guys.
Hello.
Thanks for stopping by.
Okay, so I'm going to try and make this a quick Ryan's rant, so please let me get this out real quick, and then you guys can ask questions along the way, whatever. So you guys know I went on vacation last week, that's why we didn't have the show. It was good. Until I got home. But before I went on my trip, I called Verizon, which I was an 18-year member with so far. And I said, listen.
That's a lot of history.
Yeah. And I was like, listen, I need international calling or whatever. And they're like, oh, you can use the pass or we could do whatever. You could get an upgrade on your phone and we could upgrade your plan. I'm like, okay, cool. Like I had to upgrade. Remember how we were talking about it a couple weeks ago? So I got the upgrade and the guy was very nice. It seemed like it was going to work out. He was like, you'll have on your phone international calling until you get your new phone, and then once you like swap over, you'll have the same plan for the new phone. So I'm like, okay, don't worry about it, whatever. I told you to come pick up my phone. It was going to be here Monday. I never got a shipping thing the entire week I was on vacation, so I never bothered you, right? I land on vacation in Curacao, which is just like Aruba, by the way. Gorgeous. And I'll talk about that later on. But all of a sudden I get a text message from Verizon, you're using your travel pass. And I'm like, that's weird. He's like, you're charged $12 a day. I'm gonna be there for 6 days. It's gonna be $96. It's more than my monthly plan, you know what I mean? So I'm like, whatever. I get to the hotel, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. I call the next day, which happened to be Labor Day. I got nobody. Tuesday, Verizon just happens to call me. And I'm like, okay. You know, whatever. Like, I used the phone the first day, so I was charged $12.
Okay.
To the second day, and then I think I used it again. So Tuesday, I still had service. Tuesday, I talked to a girl. She wanted to sell me Verizon Fios cable. And I'm like, I don't want that, but I want someone to help me out with my phone because I got travel pass and I should have international calling, whatever. She's like, okay, I'll send you to someone. She sends me to someone, that girl really nice. She's like, I'll take care of it. She's like, on your bill, I made some notes. If you do get charged $12 for the first 2 days, just call up and they'll deduct it. They'll take it off your bill. Okay, great. Don't think anything of it. Whole vacation happens. We go to the airport. First off, the flight was delayed a half hour, which whatever. Coming home. We land in JFK, and JFK might be the biggest shithole on the planet. But anyway, we're stuck on the tarmac for 40 minutes. And like, you know how you normally check your phone? I had no service. And I'm like, this is weird. I'm like, do you have service? And I'm watching everyone around me playing on their phones. I'm like, why do I not have service? Couldn't do anything. I get home, pissed, still don't have service. The whole way home. I'm not even getting into the JFK, what a debacle all the construction is, because everyone knows about that. I'm not going to waste anyone's time, but whatever. Finally get home at 10 o'clock. I call Verizon, deal with the AI again. He sends me to somebody, the phone's ringing. Okay, they're closed. Now, a friend of ours, Joe Caps, shout out by the way, he just subscribed and loves our show, so we appreciate you for watching. His mother recently passed away, so I wanted to go to the funeral. So I wake up early Saturday, 8 o'clock. My condolences, by the way, Joe, if you are listening. You know,
Yes.
terrible, as always, and I love you, pal. But I'm on the phone for almost an hour and a half dealing with Verizon customer service to get absolutely fucking nowhere. They wind up telling me she can't do anything because she can't send me a text message because I have no service. So I'm like, I have no service because of you, because the lady I talked to on Tuesday just canceled my plan. Like, not really, but disactivated it, whatever you want to call it. So I had no service from Tuesday to Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon because, you know, the lady on the phone's like, if you're not getting the text message, there's nothing I could do. You have to go to a Verizon store. So I'm waiting on holding. I was like, I'm trying to get ready. So I hop in the shower. I get out of the shower. She finally takes me off hold, and now she can't hear me, but I can hear her. She's like, sir, I can't hear you, but if you could hear me, go to a Verizon store. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I had to do, and I think this is pretty smart of me, you guys tell me, but I went into my car, and I thought maybe the GPS would work to get me out to Pine Lawn, because I really don't know. I know where it is, but not really know where it is, right? It's not working. So I'm like, how am I gonna get there? There's no map quests anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know. So I had enough brain power in me at 9:30 in the morning to come back to right outside of my apartment, connect to the Wi-Fi, and then use the Wi-Fi for the phone to start the GPS and hope it would work in the car, which in fact it did.
That's good.
So it got me to there. But then on the way back, I had to backtrace my steps to get back home, which wasn't terrible because the highways wasn't too far. But if you ever been to Pine Lawn Cemetery, it's like a maze. Mm-hmm. And when we got in there, we had to go to the mausoleum area, and they were turning us around and this, that. So it was crazy. I finally get to the Verizon store down the block over here on Union, and she couldn't help me either for a while. I spent another hour in there, and finally some guy in a corporate store somewhere, I guess in Bay Terrace, got my phone working, miraculously. And then after everything was all said and done, they gave me $20 off my bill. So that's, after all that happened, I guess I forgot to mention that the phone was delivered 3 times while I was away, but no one told me that they needed a signature for it. The guy just told me it was just gonna get dropped off, which makes sense. It's $1,000 phone plus whatever, but he didn't tell me it was just gonna be dropped off, whatever. So they made 3 final attempts, and then at the beginning of this week, I'm dealing with, they're charging me $150 for a phone that I don't have. So I had to call Verizon again and get on the phone and be like, listen, UPS said it's a final attempt. Where is it going? You guys told me if I don't sign for it, it'll go back to the warehouse. But then after I called them, 2 days after that, they tried to deliver it again 2 more times. I'm like, when does UPS fucking say it's a final attempt and then delivers it 2 more times? So then I called again and I'm like, listen, 2 problems. I don't have the phone. I don't want the phone. I've been saying it for over 2 weeks now. And where's my money? Like, where's my credit back? And it's like, oh, once it goes back to the warehouse, just give it a day or 2 and you'll get your money back. And that was yesterday. And that's the whole Ryan's Rant in a nutshell.
Damn.
So,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
it was insane. And all I got was $20.
And what phone do you have now?
13. Because I originally had the 12, then Apple broke it. So they gave me a 13 because I guess they didn't have any more 12s.
Right.
So then after all this nonsense, I was like, and I had to sign into every app and I had to reset my whole phone. I'm like, I'm not doing this again after I come back from vacation and having to deal with all this nonsense, especially after the nonsense I just went through with Verizon, having to like, redo my phone and get my service back. And it was a whole to-do. Like, I don't understand why someone on customer service line couldn't do what that guy did on the phone anyway. Which, whatever.
Unreal. How was the vacation?
Vacation was awesome. The water was dope. I might throw some pictures on Instagram. I haven't had a chance to do it yet, but I was in this little underwater scooter thing, like you would see out like out of a James Bond movie.
Yeah.
Really cool. Not at all frightening at all. The water goes up to like chest level, and you have enough room to put both your hands in there and like go like this. So it wasn't like almost like stuck on, like you wouldn't get claustrophobia, I don't think, or claustrophobic, I should say. But it was cool. And all you do is like, it's got the tank in the front, it pumps the air into the helmet, it keeps the water out, and you just drive. You press a button to start it, it goes like 2 miles an hour, and you just underwater for like 35 minutes.
And what'd you see?
Fish. That's about it. There was nothing cool under there.
Like goldfish?
No, like all the tropical cool fish and everything like that, But it was a good time. Food was good. The hotel was pretty cool. Like if I had to grade it, it would be like a 7.5 to 8 because it looked like it's a little, not weathered, but like, certain things are like cracks in the ceiling or on the wall. A couple of fixtures were like might have been hanging loose or whatever. But the rooms were brand new. So it was great. But yeah, other than that, I had a great time. A lot of cool things to see there. They had like a floating bridge, which you're literally like right above the water. And like I went over the bridge, and it's almost like if you're on a dock and the water's swaying it, it's just like that. Wow. But it's just like a
massive.
Not like the George Washington Bridge, but like it's a nice size. It's like a 20, 30 foot wide bridge. You know what I mean? And then I was doing some shopping, and I wanted to come on my way back, and then the bridge was closed. And the reason why it was closed is because it wasn't there anymore. They move it for boats to come through. So like they had like one partition that was there, and then the rest of the bridge was on the other side where I came from.
I see.
And then, you know,
Traffic.
whatever, we had to take a ferry back and forth to get to the other side, which was pretty cool. And then you saw like a big boat come by and whatever. But yeah, it was a good time.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's funny. I wanted to say this earlier. I didn't get a chance to, but it's 9/11 today, so we have to remember everything. And it's also your birthday, pal.
Happy birthday, Wanderer. I can't get the damn stupid lighter that you have to work.
It's very easy, by the way.
It doesn't work.
It does work. It works with everything. Bring it over here.
Thank you, guys.
But I didn't realize you share a birthday with my dad, or at least I don't remember.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Give it here.
It's fun. That's funny because my other friend, another friend of mine, it's his dad's birthday as well.
What did you do after you flipped it up?
Just hold the button. See how?
Oh, I didn't know there was a button.
I showed it
thought
to
it
you.
was a taser.
It's supposed to be. Happy birthday, brother. What are you gonna be? How old are you now?
43 years.
Wow. There you go. 43 years young. Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you. Oh, look at that. Very nice.
Happy birthday, Wanderer.
There we go.
Thank you, guys.
More.
So yeah, so we're celebrating a birthday. Yeah, of course.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, guys.
No problem. And that also with the sadness of 9/11, you know, a lot of people I guess sometimes don't choose to celebrate their birthday, but I wanted to get you, we wanted to get you a little cake just to honor you on the show. Now everyone knows your birthday, so we're gonna have to do this every year now. All right, speeding along because there's so much to dive into. I don't know where you want to go first. Football, baseball. Talk to me.
I mean, hot stove news is Mr. Volpe.
Thank you. I didn't get to hear it. I missed it because I came from a doctor's appointment and they were already talking about it. And that's why I hate when you miss something because they don't reiterate. They just start talking about other things about it. So what happened?
So apparently for the last 4 months, Mr. Volpe's been playing with a partially torn labrum.
What?
Yep.
That's not like the Tommy John surgery or anything if he tears it completely, right?
I'm not 100% sure, but I just know that from what I'm hearing, it's not something that heals like on its own while you're still playing for 4 months and you have it.
That's so weird. I don't know why they would do that. And I knew it was some sort of injury. I just didn't get to hear what kind of injury.
And, you know, the whole talk about it is like, why has this been a secret? Because apparently this is not something that's not been known, from my understanding.
Well, yeah, that's the tale of it that I got as well, is that they've been hiding it. And if they were hiding it, why are they hiding it? And on top of that, like, why would you play him, especially the last 2 months when you had like alternate guys to play shortstop? Like, why sit him now when he's been, pretty bad all year?
And that's the other part, like letting him go through what he's been going through as far as, you know, what people are thinking about him and saying about him when the poor guy's been playing injured.
And you know, it's funny, it wouldn't excuse him from his hitting so much. Like it could. I don't want to speak on that so much, but you know where it would really affect him is his defense.
Right.
Which is why maybe he's had so many errors, because maybe he's trying to change the arm angle of his throwing all the time. And if that's the case and you're seeing that, why wouldn't you just take him out? I mean, somebody's got to be able to play shortstop, especially after we traded for these 2 other guys that can play shortstop. Rosario could play all over the field, and Caballero could play shortstop.
Yeah, and apparently, like his numbers, from what I'm understanding, the play that they're saying is where the injury occurred, his numbers up until that point were good, and I think they said he only had like 4 errors up to that point, and then from that point is when everything went down.
So I guess the labrum, I'm looking at it now because it's the top story. I guess the labrum is the shoulder. So it wouldn't be a Tommy John issue, but obviously now we know it would definitely affect his throwing motion and it would hurt.
And I'm assuming his range.
Right. You know, a little bit of everything. Like, I mean, you still have to catch the ground ball, so the errors that he didn't catch the ground ball would still, I guess, be errors, and it's his left shoulder, so it's his glove side, so it doesn't make sense with the throwing now either, because he's not a left
throwing, but
like it
his
might
range.
so now it would hurt his range, and also maybe even hurt him catching the ball, which whatever. But I guess it could affect him some which way, any which way defensively.
And mentally, too.
Yeah, and like you're probably compensating in some other ways. Because it's funny, the other day I was bored and I was sitting on the beach for 5 minutes because then I couldn't take it anymore because it was hot. But I was looking up his stats, and if you look up his stats, like besides his batting average and his on-base percentage, his home runs and RBIs are up there with the league leaders from a lot of the shortstops. Like not the great ones like the Trey Turners of the world and even the what's his name, Francisco Lindors, but like he's close with Bobby Witt, he's close with all these other guys. So, you know, now that I know it's his left shoulder, it's his lead arm, that could even affect his hitting too. So, I mean, they kind of screwed this kid up, and to be fair, this has kind of been a pattern for the Yankees recently, like either hiding or misdiagnosing injuries. They did it with Rizzo with the concussion. They did it with Stan with both his arms. I'm sure there's others that I'm not catching right now because it just got thrown at me before we started the show. But this is a problem. You're lucky that Cashman got these guys, and you know he probably got these guys because of that. On top of it,
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Part of it.
It has to be. And then I was hearing that besides yesterday, Rosario hasn't played in 11 games. Like, you haven't even seen the field. Yesterday, he got a pinch hit, or maybe it was the day before, maybe in the first game, because it doesn't matter. But he hasn't played, and maybe now they could get him into the lineup because he's actually pretty good. And mix it up with those two guys, him and Caballero, because, you know, I don't know what they're going to do with him. You're going to sit him the rest of the season and then not play him in the playoffs? Like, what are you going to do? Like, how could you do that? Like, if anything, you should have sat him in July, gave him 2 months till about now, you know?
Yeah.
And then get him going and see how it goes. People would understand that better. Now, they look like idiots, and I don't understand what they're doing with this.
Right.
On top of that, you have the Yankees were doing good. They were 18-7 up until they faced the Tigers.
Unreal.
And what's funny is I think we talked about this. I wanted them to go 8-4 in the 12 games that they had against playoff teams, and they were on track of that until last night when they got shelled again against the Tigers, back-to-back games.
Second game in a row.
Second game in a row, the bullpen blew it. I mean, they got 2 great starts from Warren and Rodon, and then the bullpen just imploded. And it was Mark Leiter that did it, pretty much in both games. He shared a piece of that. So that's worrying me a little bit now with this bullpen, because the bullpen was actually doing well, and now I don't know what's going on, to be fair, with the bullpen. And then the Yankees haven't hit. I mean, they didn't face Screwball either. I mean, I know that guy Miz or whatever they call him, Mizé or whatever. Mize. Okay, thank you. Yeah, pronouncing names is not my forte, so whatever, deal with it. He didn't look unbeatable, like, you know what I mean? And then they faced, who was it yesterday that they faced? Flattery? I mean, I know he had his number in the World Series with the Dodgers, but like, he hasn't, up until that point, he hasn't had a good season either. Yeah. And then today they got Donald Trump at Yankee Stadium, which is why there was so much traffic in the city. And if you guys sat through it like I did, I'm sorry. It was awful today. And the Tigers are throwing out an opener. So they're just going with a bullpen game. And I think the only reason why they're doing that is because
they haven't had to use a bullpen.
Right. Not only that, but they took the first 2, so they're going to just roll the dice and save whoever they got to save for the next series, because the AL playoff picture before the Yankees lost these 2 games, and even still, is really tight. right now. Like I think Detroit has the first seed. They're 84 and 62. The Blue Jays are also 84 and 62, so they're both going for the first seed. Whoever doesn't get that could get the second seed. But the Yankees are only 3.5 games behind the Blue Jays at 80 and 65. And I think the Blue Jays already won today. I don't know if they played earlier, but they lost yesterday. So it makes me think they already won today. Because I checked early this morning and the Yankees are only 3 back. So the Blue Jays already won. So if the Yankees win, the Tigers will be a half game behind the Blue Jays. And the Yankees
will be 3 games back.
Correct. So we got to see what's going on with that. The playoff picture in the NL is bananas. Have you been watching the Mets lately?
No, but you know what? I'm kind of glad because, you know, they've been in free fall pretty much. You know, they were able to, I think they swept the Tigers, but they lost 2 or 3 to the Reds. And they've lost, you know, the first 3 against the Phillies. So not looking good right now. Things are heating up, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's been really tough for the Mets, and I don't really understand why, because they brought up all their young starting pitchers, but I guess to just say it, I guess as simple as I can, is they're not hitting.
Yeah.
You know, they got beat up by Philly the last 3 games. Let's see where we haven't done in 2 weeks. So they beat the Mariners twice. They lost to the Nationals. We did that a couple weeks ago. They won 2 against the Braves. So right here, they swept the Phillies. Then they lost 2 out of 3 of the Marlins. Won 2 out of 3 against Detroit. The Reds, they lost 2 out of 3. And now right now they're on a 5-game losing streak because they lost the last 3 to the Phillies. And they got 1 more game today against the Phillies. And this is a tough stretch for them because then they have the Red Hot Rangers next. They're vying for a playoff spot. I think they're only a game and a half out of the wild card. So, you know, they're going to play tough. And they're not much farther back than the Mariners either. So, like, that AL West is a dogfight with 3 teams. So, you know they're all going to play well.
Right.
So, the Mets have a tough, at least they're at home against the Rangers. But then they have San Diego at home, the Nationals, and then they finish up with the Cubs and the Marlins. So, I mean, I guess you're only like 2 breaks, if you want to call it that. It would be the Nationals and the Marlins.
Last time they played the Nationals, they didn't
Right,
so
but
well.
that's thank you for saying that, because I was going to say the same thing. Like, they got a tough end of September, and, you know, hopefully they could beat the Phillies tonight, but I don't even know who's pitching tonight for them. And let's see. Oh, it's Peterson going against Luzardo. So pretty evenly matched. Their ERAs are comparable. Luzardo has a lot of strikeouts, 190. So he'll probably get to over 200 easily by the end of the month, of the season, I should say. But yeah, the Mets are in a little bit of a roller coaster ride, and it's kind of, a lot of people have been saying it's kind of a lot just like the opposite of last year, right? The Mets were riding high in September, and now I don't want to say I don't see the difference, because they basically have the same team except for Juan Soto, right? And then they bolstered their bullpen just like the Yankees did, and unfortunately, both New York teams are not getting the production out of the guys that they got from their bullpen. Besides Bendar, I'll push him to the side, because he's actually, after his first 1 or 2 starts, he's been really, really good.
Yeah.
Even last Friday, it got dicey too for the Mets.
Oh, is that the Diaz shoe game?
They had, I think they had either the bases loaded or first and second, and you know, Acuna made a nice play, but it could have very easily went the other way.
Oof. But yeah, I mean, I'm getting nervous. I'm kind of getting excited, but nervous at the same time, because the playoffs are near. But, you know, I'm more worrisome for the Mets than the Yankees. Because the Yankees have, like, somewhat of a 5-game lead on
They have more room.
the other teams besides the Red Sox. So they'll finish in one of those 3 spots. But I kind of was hoping the Yankees would be fighting to the end for the division. I mean, listen.
Well, they're still...
Yeah, they're still only 3 games out, but it starts right here. They got to win 3 out of the next 4 games, and they're playing the Tigers,
Yeah,
obviously tonight, and Red Sox.
That stretch where they went 18-7, they were the best team in baseball during that 25 game
Agreed.
stretch.
But they played a bunch of bums during that time.
Yeah.
And listen, that's how the schedule happens. That's not our fault.
Right.
I'm not one of those guys that, whatever. But, like, this is where it counts now in September. So, like, start with a win tonight. Donald Trump's at the stadium. Maybe he could be your grimace or something like that, or good luck charm, you know? Instead of a purple guy, you got an orange guy.
He does like McDonald's.
Right. So let's get this going tonight and then go into Fenway and win 2 out of 3 against the Red Sox.
Yep.
And then be back on track.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there. I don't want to get too crazy on baseball because we're going to do that the next upcoming weeks with the playoffs and everything looming. And it's just around the corner. So now let's get to the football Sunday. And before we do, how was your barbecue last week? I don't know if you caught any of the football games, but...
Not much, but it was good.
Good.
Nice crowd, a lot of family, so we had a good time.
Awesome.
Thankfully, I got my football in on Thursday,
How was that?
It was okay. The game wasn't...
I remember what the game was. Oh, it was Dallas, Philly.
Yeah.
There's a delay, right?
Kind of sucked, the delay, so it unfortunately made me stay out way past my bedtime. Made me drink a lot more than I normally would have, so the next day at work was not so much fun.
Not pleasant.
And then, my buddy fucking CD Lamb dropping those 2 passes late. Cowboys could have very easily won that game, man.
That's what I heard. I didn't get to watch the game. I couldn't... I guess the one knock of where I was staying in the all-inclusive resort was they didn't have a sports bar there. And they didn't have any kind of like TVs or anything like that, except for in the room. And I don't even think it was on Amazon Prime, right? With that game or no?
No, YouTube.
YouTube. I don't know if I had that on the smart TV. I know I had Netflix. But either which way, I wasn't worried about the game. But
if your phone was working, you could have watched it on your phone.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I was pissed. But anyway, but football Sunday was cool. Like, I know you went to Fallon's for Thursday. I went to Fallon's for Sunday for the 1 o'clock games. I had a lot to do because I got back late Friday. So I just went out from 1 to 4. And the place...
That's the best time, to be honest, I think.
Yeah, I mean... I like to stay till like 6:30, almost 7 o'clock, like right as the games are ending, and then come home. But had too much to do before work the next day. So the 1 to 4, dude, the place was mobbed, and I knew it was gonna be because it's opening weekend.
Right.
But you couldn't stand anywhere. People were breathing over you. I was like, people are knocking into me. I'm like, whatever. But the games for the most part were really good. Like I was watching this Jet game.
What a game!
Oh. I can't tell you the last time the Jets went into halftime with 19 points and winning on top of that.
The offense looked electric.
Oh, and I got pissed more at the defense in the second half. I'm like, we had a lead. How are we letting this lead up? And we have a head coach that's supposedly a defensive wizard. Like, what is going on? But I guess to sum it up, like, it's a high moral victory. They came out fighting. You know what I mean? And like,
take away from that game.
Yeah, and like I just hate that we started with Pittsburgh because Aaron Rodgers threw 4 touchdowns, and I'm like, this motherfucker, man. I'm like, like I don't know what to say. It's not.
Of course, he had a nice little comment after the game.
Yeah, like that I understand more than him throwing 4 touchdowns. Let's put it like that. Like if they would have won like 18 to 12, and we only got a bunch of field goals, and they maybe had like a touchdown or 2 and a field goal, I would have understood it more. But it was one of the better games, I think, besides the Baltimore Buffalo game. Yeah. I think that might have been the second best game of the weekend.
Yeah, and it seems like that was pretty much the consensus listening to a bunch of people talking.
Yeah. And I was like, listen, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'm not going to be like, the Jets are going to win 10 games this year and go in the playoffs. I know better than that. I've been a Jet fan my whole life. I'm not even going to get into that. But at least it was encouraging, especially on the offense, because you didn't know what you were going to get from any of these guys. Brees Hall looked really good.
They were running the ball all over the place.
Yeah, and listen, they said
hearing a lot of good things about Fields.
Yeah, no, Fields was throwing the ball. He had one throw that he got away with that could have been intercepted, but other than that, he was on point. And then it was nice to see that when he got in trouble and the few times that the pocket collapsed, he darted and got positive yards. It might not always been like, you know, when you see Patrick Mahomes run for 15, 20 yards because everyone's down the field. It wasn't anything like that, but 4 or 5 yards, 6 or 7, even 2 or 3, you just kept the ball going forward, which is all you needed. And Brees Hall looked great. Brandon Allen looked great. I forget their offensive lineman guy that they just got in this draft. He was really good. I think it's Mandu or something like that, Mbabu or something like that, whatever. I'm going to butcher his name anyway, I apologize. But he looked really good. The only knock I would have is the defense has got to hold that team down in the fourth quarter. Like, you can't let Aaron Rodgers beat you like that. You know he's going to try to. But yeah, other than that, it was great game to watch. Like, I can't remember watching a game like that where it was back and forth, back and forth. Normally you're chasing it. They were leading most of the game. I was like, what is this? The only thing that sucks now is this Sunday they got to play the Bills.
Yeah.
So, like, more than likely they're going to be 0-2 already. And it's the same old Jets. And I'm tired of saying same old Jets because I don't necessarily know that they are. You know, like...
Right. Well, you know, let's see. You know that the Bills are the class of the division, but after that, it's wide open, man.
Yeah, I mean, the way the Bills played Sunday night, and I didn't get to see the end of the game because I was exhausted.
There's no reason why you can't beat up on the Dolphins twice. There's no reason why you can't say you can't beat New England twice.
Yeah, they didn't look good either.
Right. And then, you know, that's 4 wins right there. So.
Yeah, it's just a tough couple of games for them right out the gate. The only good thing is they're at home, but, like, that sucks too because if you're going to lose 2 games at home to start the season, that's kind of shitty. But listen, like you said, you have 6 more games at home, 2 of which are with the Patriots and the Dolphins. You know, you got to win those games. And listen, I know the Patriots are going to get better. They looked awful against the Raiders. I don't even know why because everyone was very hyped on them being well coached because Vrabel's there. So I could see it being a little bit of a learning curve. So eventually they'll be good. Or better, I should say. Maybe not good, but much better than they were on week 1. And that goes for a lot of teams. The Bengals look like dog shit. I don't know if you got to see any of those highlights, but I don't know what was going on with their offense. It was actually their defense that pretty much saved them, which is unheard of in the last 4 years for them.
Right, and it's funny because they started out with a win.
Right.
They usually start out with a loss.
Easily.
The offense is amazing, then your defense just can't stop anybody.
Right, exactly. So they were polar opposites. So look for them in week 2 to get back on track. I think they play Jacksonville. So you're going to see a totally different, I guess, offense with the Bengals. What other games? The Giants game. That was
A snooze fest.
You know, it's weird. Like, I don't pay attention as much as I do to the Giants as the Jets.
Boy, Danny Dimes throwing for 4 touchdowns.
How about that?
How about he's the first person, I don't remember how long it is now because I heard this the next day.
Since 1961, I believe it was, that went 7 for 7 on scoring drives.
Right. Every single one of his drives he scored on, which is insane to me. So now everyone is going nuts about Danny Dimes, which he's going to come back down to earth, I'm sure, because obviously not going to do that every game. But, you know, kudos to him.
Nice tribute for Irsay, too, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't... did they? I might have missed it. But, you know, either which way, that game...
Well, I think they had a little something for him before the game.
Okay, so yeah, I definitely missed it because I was... I got caught watching the Jet game. I didn't even get to see it. But you had the Jacksonville game against... Well,
Jacksonville beat, was it Cleveland?
no, Cleveland won. No, Cleveland played Cincinnati. They lost.
Right.
Oh, Jesus, with this nonsense.
And of course, I don't have my glasses today.
All I know is Jacksonville beat whoever they beat convincingly. I'm trying to find it, but I have this only for this week.
I think it was a very big win for the Chargers week 1 against
Oh,
the Chiefs.
yeah,
In
of
Brazil,
course.
right?
I think I'm a big Herbert fan. I always like Herbert.
I liked Herbert too.
I hope they have a good season.
Me too, and I hope they get their offense looked really good in that game, so I hope they keep doing that. The Jaguars played the Panthers and won 26-10. But yeah, what was sad about the Giant game, besides the fact that it was so boring, it seemed like they learned nothing from last year. Like they looked like the same team from last year with all these new guys, and I know they were playing Washington, but Washington didn't look overpowering like they did last year.
No.
So
You know what it is? It's just that dynamic with these quarterbacks nowadays that it just makes it so tough for the defenses because you just don't know what's going to happen. You're constantly using a guy on the defense to shadow the quarterback, and then most times that's not even working with these really good guys. It's
right. And I don't know if you caught
that's why, as much as I'm not a big fan of it, it just seems like it's the way the sport's gone that you need one of these really mobile quarterbacks.
Right. You can't have someone just sit back there. They're gonna get crushed, and
not with today's game.
Well, especially too, like I don't know if it's because of college or whatever, but the offensive lines are they don't gel like they used to. Like I heard the guys on the radio talking about back in like when Tiki Bar was playing, like they had those guys for like 5, 6, 7 years playing together, and they gelled, and that's why they got good. But these guys, it seems like either maybe it's a rash of injuries or just not good drafting, whatever. There's only a few teams that have a good offensive line. Look what happened to the Packers-Lions game. The Lions barely competed. And I didn't see that, to be honest with you, I didn't see that coming at all.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah, because they just lost basically coaches. And they lost a guy on the offensive line, but really one guy, and like, that's what happens.
Right.
And listen, the Packers did get Parsons, but was he that big of a factor in that game? I didn't really. I was watching that game. I didn't really see that. They just looked terrible.
I think he had a sack, right? I think he had a sack.
But that's really it. So it's like, yeah, other than that, the 49ers beat the Seahawks. The only thing I get from that game, because I didn't really get to watch much of it, besides the highlights, is a bunch of guys got hurt for the 49ers in that game.
Yeah, Purdy looks like he's going to be out for a couple of weeks.
Kittle for a month.
Yeah.
McCaffrey, questionable.
Tell me about it. Freaking Kittle's.
Oh, do you happen to have him on your fantasy team?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I guess some other notes and news that I didn't really get to see. Cardinals beat the Saints 20-13. What we didn't talk about. Oh, Bucks and Falcons. For whatever reason, I was watching some of this game because it was a 1:00 game. The Bucks and Falcons always play tight. Like it's always within 3 points.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Or like a last minute touchdown and whatever. I remember last year both those games were really close. And the only reason why I remember that is because I was watching that quarterback show and they were showing those two games in there. And they were both crazy tight games. So, I don't know. This is going to be an interesting football season. The Chiefs started out 0-1. There's a bunch of good teams. The Ravens are another one. Lions, another one. So week 2 is a big week for a lot of people that underperformed in week 1. Better get it together because I'm just as pissed as you are because some of my guys that I think I crushed these drafts, Ryan. Really. And
I know.
Oh yeah, how'd you guys start?
Not good.
I scored an A in our league, and of course I lose my first week.
I won.
The person who got the worst grade in the draft.
Right, and I won. I barely beat my opponent, but I did win. But then my other two, the ones that I thought I really drafted well, I got smoked. Like I had Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr., Mike Evans, and George Pickens all starting, and they all did dog shit. Like all of them. And I had Bo Nix, who didn't do anything either.
Oh yeah, I just saw his stat line.
Chase Brown as well. He didn't do anything because Cincinnati barely scored. So all these good guys, and I scored 84 points. And I got smoked. So I was not happy with week 1. But
hopefully you guys have better luck this week.
I'd like to go 3-0 this week, get everything out of the way, go 2-0, 1-1, and 1-1, and get the ball rolling because I'm in dead last in week 1 because I scored literally. I think we could have scored more points playing football than some of these guys. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll see. I'm excited for week 2. Right around the corner. It starts tonight with, what is it, the Packers and the Commanders.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game.
That very well should be a good game. We'll see how good of a game it is. Sometimes those Thursday night games are a little sloppy.
Duds.
Yeah, so we'll see. But the Packers did look good, so we'll see how that goes. I'm personally going to pick the Packers in this game. I don't even know who's home, but
The Packers.
oh, there you go. So probably the Packers went out on this one, but I guess we'll see, and we'll let you guys know next week. As far as that goes, we got staying with football. I finished the Dallas Cowboy documentary. Awesome show.
You know, I'm one of the things that I'm surprised about because there's just so many. I mean, as many fans as there are, there's so many haters, but everyone you hear talking about, and I'm talking about people on the radio, people on TV that are in the business,
Right.
how they say it's, you know, the far majority of them are saying next to the Michael Jordan one,
Oh yeah, The Last Dance.
The Last Dance, it's probably the best sports documentary ever done. Which says a lot, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I'm biased. The majority of what they covered is the highlight of my cowboy fandom and watching. And but what I really enjoyed about it and appreciated is that they didn't sugarcoat anything. They didn't hide much. They were very transparent.
There were grown men crying.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah. That's what hooked me. Like I almost was going to buy a Dallas Cowboy jersey and wear it on the show today, but I didn't have enough time to do it because after watching that, because I was a little bit younger than you, so I remember them winning the Super Bowls, but didn't remember a lot of the stuff that you saw in the news, like Michael Irvin, you know what I mean? Like Emmitt Smith going to the Cardinals and then coming back and retiring a Cowboy.
Or holding out that year.
Right. Troy Aikman not butting heads with Barry Switzer. All those things. So, and to be fair, I wasn't even into football like that yet to appreciate that kind of thing. So when I watched it, and what was great about it is, I felt like they had no time restraints either. One episode was 50-something minutes, one was an hour and 10 minutes. There was a bunch of them that were an hour plus. So, and there was only 8 episodes, but they cut them at the right time where oh my God, I can't wait to see what happens next, right? So they did a fantastic job. The way I equate it to how you just said it is when I watched the Yankee, or the Yankeeographies, or the Yankee, the sports, the ESPN documentaries, right, with the Derek Jeter and all that, and he's talking about their dynasty and all this stuff. That's how I felt with that, is how you felt with the Cowboy thing, because that was the highlight of my Yankees fandom as well, and whoever's a Yankee fan that's around my age, because you got to experience that, and it was wild. And I liked how they got different sports players from different teams talking on it too. You had Steve Young on there.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the other aspect of it that was so great, because when it comes to the NFL Films has such an incredible library of video that you're seeing actual game clips, games. It's nuts. It's nuts. The library of stuff that the NFL Films has, where all this stuff comes from, is just, it makes it so amazing.
Yeah, even the locker room stuff, and there was a lot of stuff where they, like, some of the stuff I couldn't even imagine that they got on film from one way, and sometimes it wasn't even the NFL stuff. Some of it was like news footage and stuff like that that must have been archived for decades, and they pulled it out and like
actually showed it.
Yeah, and then actually a crazy amount, and then finding out about the White House, which I thought was really crazy. And dude, such a great documentary, and it couldn't have come at a better time because I got into these documentaries and shit.
Yeah.
And it was good to have a sports one thrown in there.
And right before the season.
Right, it got me amped up. Like I wish I drafted a Dallas Cowboy, you know what I mean? So I could have bought a Cowboy jersey and faked the funk a little bit, Yeah, for me that was dope. What have you guys been watching? Because I didn't get to watch much the last couple weeks.
Me neither. I keep trying to get started with the new, what's the new show that just came out that it's, oh my God. It's like a spin-off of one of the war shows.
John Wick?
No, it's on, I believe it's a Prime show.
Terminal List?
Terminal List, thank you, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you gave me nothing going besides war and
yeah, so
a spin-off.
That seems pretty.
Did you see the first season of Terminal List?
I did. I don't
awesome.
remember. I probably need to go back and watch it again, just to see how it ties in. If it ties in, I'm not even.
I don't know if it does. I think Terminal List is like one of those shows that it tells a different story every season. Because that's what I got from the trailer.
But I've been like in and out of the first episode because it's a long episode, but it seems like it's going to be very good.
Okay.
And then I did watch, which I don't know, it might be a little bit before your guys' time, or you may have seen it, but they have the remake of The Naked Gun.
Yes.
Okay.
You saw the movie?
Yeah.
How was
And?
that?
It was good. I mean, it was like as good of a remake of that kind of stupid ass movie that you could possibly make.
And Liam Neeson crushed it as Frank Drebin?
Yeah, I wouldn't say crushed it because there's no way. I don't think anybody could play that character as good as Liam Neeson. Leslie Neeson. But what is it? Leslie
Nelson.
Who's
got a
Very
problem
similar names.
Right.
I never thought of that.
But it was.
I'm not the only one that fucks up names.
All the stupid little innuendos and stupid things it's in there.
That's great.
And it was good. And what was neat was that he actually plays his son.
Oh, so he's Frank Drebin's son.
Yes.
Did they give him a little
Frank Drebin too?
Really? So he's Frank Drebin Jr.?
Yeah.
Do they give him a little nod to Leslie Nielsen in it?
Yes.
Good. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. So it was a good copy that you watched? Because I've been waiting for a good copy.
It took a while, but now it's
on there.
It's an HD copy.
All right. Awesome. I got to check that out. Hopefully this weekend, and I'll report back. I did start watching Twisted Metal, the show about the video game.
I tried it.
You can't get to it, huh?
No.
Oh, I like it.
And I was kind of not that upset, but I do like him, so I was kind of
trying to get
wanting
into it.
Yeah, just wasn't doing it for me.
Well, let me ask you this before we get to the longer. Did you ever play the video game?
No.
That's probably why you're having trouble with it, because you have they don't try to give you an idea about that it's a video game, but if you know it's the video game,
right.
There's all these Easter eggs that make it a better
and that's
show.
always going to help, because I remember many years ago playing a game called Max Payne.
Right.
On the PC.
Right.
And then
Mark Wahlberg did the movie.
And that made it, even though it probably wasn't a great movie, it
No.
just made it that much more interesting.
Correct. You remember Twisted Metal? You had to play it, right? Yeah.
Oh, it was a great game.
Yeah, it was PS1, right?
Yep.
That came out. Yeah. But yeah, I started watching that. There's a lot of shows that it sucks. Like this is the time of year where all these shows are coming out, so you can't even keep up with it at this point.
Yeah.
You know, there's Peacemaker's out, but Peacemaker only has 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting on that. The Terminalist is another one. I have a whole list. The list went from during the summer I was looking for things to watch, and now there's like a huge list of things I gotta watch. Only Murders in the Building is out now too.
Oh, I saw that. So I gotta.
Yeah, I think they're 5 or 6 episodes in already. I don't know how.
Really?
Yeah, I looked it up on the plane coming back because I saw a commercial of it, and I saw.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure. I think it's 5.
And I saw an ad that I think is it next month or is it November that Landman comes back?
Yeah, I saw. There's a trailer for that. I didn't know if it was real. I didn't even watch it. It's another thing I thought was Fugazi, but I guess it's real. But yeah, a lot of stuff is coming out, so we're gonna be busy watching stuff, and plus it's starting to get a little chilly.
Yeah.
You know, fall's coming. I don't know, but we'll get to it. Wonder what you got?
Not a whole lot. I finished that show I told you about, The Institute.
Okay.
I like that. I thought that was good. I enjoyed that one. I'm not sure if there's going to be another season, but you know, it was cool. Yeah, you know, it was like very low budget, so I thought they did great for probably the amount of money
they got their bang for their buck, so to speak.
100%.
Good.
So, and I thought, you know, it was kind of cool seeing, like, you know, because most everything you see is, you know, more of a bigger production. So yeah, I thought it was a cool change of pace for sure. I've been watching the Alien Earth more. I'm almost done with the 3rd episode. I think I got like 10 minutes left. The 3rd one is good. I like the exchange with the guy from the ship and Tim Oliphant. He says to Tim, he's like, I don't talk to errand boys or something like that. And he's like, which country are you king of again?
Yeah.
And it kind of reminded me of like Justified, like like that type of banner. So I thought that.
I had to rewind that when he said that because I was dying. I didn't see that coming.
That was a nice exchange.
Did you watch episode 5 of that?
No.
Good. So I'm the only one that watched it this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You guys better watch it by next week.
Oh no, for sure.
Episode 5 was insane, and the only reason why I made sure I watched it when I got back is because I saw a commercial on it, and it was a weird one. It was like on Instagram. It says, "Don't watch this episode like nonchalantly while you're eating dinner or
like you gotta pay attention
or whatever, this, that, and the other, because you won't be able to eat your dinner." And
yeah, so that's what I gotta do, maybe, because lately I've been like very distracted when I'm trying to watch stuff, so I'm not getting the full.
Me too, and I did that for the beginning of this show, which I may wind up watching the beginning again, like when I'm working out or something like that, just to get it. But when I heard that episode 5 was going to be really good, I sat here on the couch, put my phone down, threw everything out of the way, and just watched it, and it was insane.
Nice.
It is insane.
Yeah, I'm definitely, you know, I knew I was gonna like it, so I'm definitely getting into it more. So, you know, enjoying that, looking forward to the next couple episodes.
Oh, dude, I can't wait. I think, wait, did 6 just come out, right, on Tuesday? So we're 1 behind. I totally forgot about that.
Okay, so I got 3 to watch, even better.
Yeah.
And then I'm current on Peacemaker. That's
okay.
been awesome. As you know, from the beginning of the 1st season, it's just a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it would be.
So, yeah, I think that's it, though. I haven't been watching a whole lot, but, you know.
I mean, that's enough. That's more than you normally were watching.
Right.
You know, maybe because you weren't watching the Mets, you actually got to watch some real TV.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I like it. I like this one today. This is a good one.
Thank you.
Now, and we're gonna keep you going.
Okay.
Give us our.
We got one selection for this week as usual. We're gonna go this week. We're going with Earl Sweatshirt with Live, Laugh, Love. So that's the pick for this week.
And there we go, folks. We're going to wrap this episode up, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Yeah, R.I.P. Charlie Kirk.
That's right.
Let's make sure we don't forget about that.
We didn't even really get to discuss that, but
was
it's
some disgusting shit.
very sad and very tragic and out of nowhere. A lot of things are happening right now. I don't think they even got the guy in custody. They got one guy in custody. Long story short, he wasn't the guy.
Yeah, from what they're saying today,
Yeah.
though, they believe they know who it is. Actually, there's some images floating on the net of who it is. They found the weapon. They found some palm prints and forearm imprints, and with the cameras and stuff on campus, they were able to track his movement. And then once he left campus, apparently, they're just scouring the town and going by, doorbell cameras and stuff like that.
So they're close.
Yeah,
They're
just
gonna
a
get
matter of time.
And I guess before I really wrap this up, the NYPD did wrap up that guy that was on 254th Street in Belrose that burned down the house and killed the two elderly parents
Where'd they catch that bomb?
in Manhattan. They caught him yesterday around 5-6 o'clock. He was peddling credit cards or something like that. And two NYPD cops did a great job. I live in Belrose. Shit like that never happens around here either. The best advice I can give is stay in your own lane, keep your head down, and try and stay safe. A lot of crazy stuff's happening right now in the world, so, RIP that, Charlie Kirk, the parents in Belrose of an EMT worker that worked for FDNY. It's all tragic stuff.
And Irina on the train.
Right, Irina on the train, and since it's 9/11, everyone that died and sacrificed their lives in 9/11, our hearts and prayers go out to everybody. And with that, have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next week, folks.
Take care.
Enjoy.